So if you look over here, we've been seeing this function here, and this is really a middleware function. And this will always be run before any of these responses are returned to the request. So if we were to set anything in here like the context, so we could actually do context of user, and we give it a, we set some kind of user object. We also need to just update our context type and just, tell it like this is how a user object looks, so that we don't get these type errors. Okay, so we have actually now gone and set a user. So this means if you look at our interrupter here, it will now look at if there's a context.user object, and it would actually find it. So if this works, then we should actually be allowed to go and render the home page. So if we go back to the home page, we could see now that it's actually rendering the following, which is the home page. If I remove this again, there would be no user object, and again we would get the unauthorized user. So this really is just a middleware function. Let's take this a bit further. Let's remove this, and we are also going to add a session. So imagine any application, once you log in, let's say a session is set and it gives you some kind of ID. In this case, let's use a user ID, and we want to check if there is a session. If there's a session, then let's say a user, and we can follow the same kind of thing that we've done here, but using these middleware functions. Okay, let's first of all set a session. Robot. So I've set a session. So remember also that these functions would run in order. And we're saying that we're setting the session, we're setting a user ID to that session. The next one we're checking, is there a session ID with a user ID? If so, then let's set the user, and we're just manually setting some kind of user. Now if we look at our isAuthenticated helper function here, it will still do exactly the same. So this time it's going to look at the context and find a user. If there's not a user, it will return unauthorized. So, but because we have actually set this, it should go on and render the home component. So let's have a look, and yeah, we can see that it's showing the home component. So imagine like this is we're obviously setting it manually, but imagine this is your login, kind of part of your login flow, where you get a user to log in. You validated him, and now you set a session for him. And these middleware functions would always run before any kind of any response. So it's a check for us to see that we have a valid user, it's logged in, and all of that.